Hello, thank you for network. Now, many South Africans are about wrong e-toll bills. Yesterday, someone who doesn't have a car but threatening SMS that says he owes 100 rand. In Somalia, Al banning the internet. Now, this is true. Carry stories here on network on how uses the internet. Remember, on SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter, look at sabc.co.za and the technology and social media news now. A recent report by the Institute of Studies warns South Africans to cybercrime. Another South Africans face an annual loss of 5 billion rand as a result.
Africa, the use of mobile devices has grown exponentially. Reliance on the internet offers many. It also provides new opportunities to exploit cybersecurity vulnerability. This has become a significant country. The American Internet FBI has listed as one of the countries with the high cybercrime rate, a sixth on their list. A criminal syndicate used malware to attack a wide range of local retail and steal tens of millions of rands. It was used to intercept payment details terminals and create fraudulent. He had network reported on a 419 scam using Dipuo Peters' name to get money, and we called on last week's show claiming son and asked us to open a new bank account. Money there. The man, American accent, said we could only contact an email. As many South African polls, gates, and electronic crime in the physical world, sight of their growing vulnerability to the world.
And group Al-Shabaab is banning the of the country. This is ironic because it has used Twitter to communicate its message.
Through the reign of terror in Somalia, Al-Shabaab banned movies, dancing at weddings, playing or watching football. It's the turn of the internet. In the area where it still has control, Al-Shabaab telecom operators 15 days to supply. The consequence, operators who fail to comply could be deadly.
I think there are three reasons Al-Shabaab. One is it is part of their broader strategy of fear in the minds of people. They're afraid to be exposed with the high-speed internet will allow to transmit data the world through social media or through the internet. And the third, and perhaps probably the most important, is that they're afraid that this is used to track some of their top. The operations zones permeates in the area that controls in South and Central Somalia.
Of Mogadishu, an area not controlled, say their lives would change drastically to them.
We cannot live without the internet. It's very and we have become used to it. And it's easy. We talk to our friends and we connect the world. We are able to be in touch every day. So it's very beneficial for us.
Al-Shabaab itself frequently uses to propagate its views and even during operations such as the terror on the Westgate Mall in Kenya.
EcoBank and MasterCard is in an effort to make Africans use more when making purchases.
Africa's EcoBank has unraveled its footprint. Simply put, more countries across Africa than any. And then there is MasterCard, multinational financial services simplifying modes of making payment. Our EcoBank and MasterCard have announced a multi agreement which will provide payment solutions for EcoBank in 28 African countries. The bank will now issue and accept MasterCard, debit and credit cards. Beneficial for EcoBank customers. There are benefits for MasterCard. MasterCard will be leveraging a gigantic African footprint to provide payment solutions on an economically growing and lucrative continent. The partnership will be effective across Central, West and Southern Africa, including Malawi, Tanzania, Zambia, and
Nigeria's electronic card system used by matriculation. The e-tagging nature of the system, the reason many are able to cheat easily. Written in only a handful of government states, and to gain access to the system, has to purchase an electronic tag as an e-facility card. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board of fake electronic access cards circulate. The board says students pay people to write exam. Photographs on the card can be changed. Students also get to sit in through a computer-based test that is enough. Now, South Korea's famous music genre, K has launched the world's first hologram tour. It's like going to your favorite show without him there.
South Korean pop is big in many parts. Psy took it to new audiences with the hit song Gangnam Style. See him in concerts even if he isn't there.
Today we have built a platform that uses holographics to spread the Korean wave to the whole world. Regardless of the nation of the South Korean people is big or small, platform to spread the idea to the world.
Korea has launched the world's very first hologram concert. It uses technology that enables 3D holographic images of South Korean singers to be projected onto a 270-degree media facade, as if they were there.
It's amazing and even made me wonder whether it's real or a hologram. Meeting those people who I meet in the company this way, it's just amazing. I had lots of fun.
South Korea plans on launching holographic concert halls worldwide.
Google is currently developing contact lenses that will help people with diabetes monitor their blood sugar levels. The company has been coming up with a lot of products that deviate from its core business.
Google is widely known as the most reliable search engine. Now they're trying something new. It moves them away from their core business. They're introducing smart contact lens. These will be used to monitor diabetics' blood sugar levels.
We're working on a prototype of a smart contact lens that measures glucose in tears using a tiny wireless chip and a miniaturized glucose sensor. Our hope is that one day this could possibly be a new tool to help people with diabetes better monitor their disease.
They've been working on it at the Google X Lab for the past 18 months. The contact lenses will take at least 5 years before they're in the market. The Google X Lab is where the company's self-driving car was also birthed.
Apple is now settling a 325 million rand score with American parents. This is for the money charged for apps downloaded by children without their parents' consent.
American parents are accusing Apple of not telling them that they would be billed for apps downloaded by their kids without their consent. Now the Federal Trade Commission has told the tech giant to repay iPad and iPhone users for those charges. It says there wasn't clear enough disclaimer, just a short message that didn't say much.
When the parent was putting in their password. So it didn't say at that point, just a quick sentence, this is going to open up your ability to make purchases for the next 15 minutes. And that has been how the App Store has worked since 2010. So it's been something that Apple's been aware of. They were made aware of the impacts on parents due to tens of thousands of complaints.
The 15-minute gap gave owners' children plenty of time to use the devices to their advantage, something that ended up costing users a lot.
We've alleged that, in aggregate, children ran up millions of dollars in charges without their parents' knowledge or consent.
Apple says it has received 37,000 complaints since 2011. As a result, it is now settling a 325 million rand bill.
Now it's SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter, News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Let's take a short break now.
boys, let's have the biggest bra in the world.
Yeah. We'll have the biggest bra. It's gonna be amazing.
Say the biggest bra in the world. We're not joking.
From Jersey to Durban, grab your tongs and get ready to ride in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The heat is on. Yeah. The heat is on.
Our beer, our bra, it all comes together with a castle.
Well, good evening. Welcome to yet another bumper edition of Sports Live. Tonight we have a bit of a triple threat in the show.
That's Sports Live, daily at 8:30 p.m. on SABC News, Channel 404.
Welcome back. We're on News Network at sabc.co.za on email. It's SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter. Now, a school in Belgium is experimenting with drone technology to monitor examinations. It hopes this could be a better way of catching cheaters.
Examination time usually means invigilators walking between students' desks and monitoring them. But with drone technology, that could be a thing of the past. Thomas More College in Belgium is experimenting with drone technology to combat cheating during exams. A miniature aircraft, equipped with video camera, requires one invigilator to control it, while another checks in a monitor for any devious activity by students. But the technology has a long way to go before it can be used. The drones have only flight time of 15 minutes, shorter than any examination time. There's also the out by the drone's propeller, which could make a mess of exam papers.
That looks incredible. We're not yet on top of drone technology here in South Africa. Now, EduSciMat is an initiative that has been piloting various programs to help South African students improve their maths and science marks. One of these projects is to give school pupils tablets so they can familiarize themselves with the technology and use applications that help them in the two subjects. Joining us in the studio is EduSciMat Executive Manager Kholiswa Khoba. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, what is EduSciMat?
EduSciMat is a private company. It belongs to a group of companies that belong to the Talents Group. And what we do in the education space, but mainly focused in mathematics and science. And we do maths labs and science labs in our schools. And basically what we're trying to do as EduSciMat is we're trying to bring maths and science, we're trying to bring it to reality. We're trying to make it a fun subject that every child can enjoy in schools.
Tell us about your labs.
What happens in the labs is we take a normal classroom, and as you all know, in nursery schools, classrooms are colorful, and obviously that makes a child very interested in going to schools. So what we do is we take a normal classroom and we convert it into a maths lab or a science lab. So we put the likes of ambience, which is color, we put charts on there, and we also put technology. You know that in this day and age, when you give a child a laptop or a cell phone, they go beyond what you would normally do. So we've put in technology, interactive technology that keeps the child interested in the subject, and therefore the child is learning while they're actually developing the ICT skills.
All right, and this technology, where does it come from and what is it exactly?
Basically, it's an interactive. I mean, we've got different players that helped us develop the software, but we've basically taken it's curriculum based. So it's informed by the curriculum, and working from grade 1 up until matric. And we've engaged with different stakeholders. But basically, what it does, it's taken a normal textbook and actually converted it into an interactive software. So basically, what you would normally find in a textbook, in a normal textbook in your classroom, is now available on a PC, where a child can actually interrogate whatever answers that they come across within the PC, as opposed to just taking it on a black and white on a textbook, or even just being told by a teacher in a classroom.
Do you ever worry when you put technology in a classroom that it might not be there the following day, or in certain parts there's an issue of people who break into schools, especially during school holidays?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's actually one of the challenges. I mean, we've deployed over 400 labs in the Free State, and one of our biggest challenges was actually break-ins, and hence, I mean, we've put in a normal PC, like, you know, the screen and the keyboard, and we are a company that's constantly developing, and a company that's constantly researching the best methodology. We travel into other BRICS companies. We've traveled to China, to India, to actually research what it is that they're doing better. And we've come up with a concept to say, let's move away from the PC. Obviously, it still works. However, let's find an innovative way of getting the children to be more interested. And hence, we came up with the PC tablets that we currently have.
Well, tell us about the PC tablet.
Basically, the PC tablet, I've actually got one demo here. And it's basically a tablet that, I mean, you know your normal tablet.
Yeah, you can call it.
Your PC tablet. And basically what it is, it's a tablet that is durable. I mean, our solution starts from foundation phase. So it's a tablet that a child can drop. I mean, you don't want to take your iPad. You know that your iPad, when you drop it, I mean, I've got an iPad and I've dropped it and it broke. So this is a durable tablet. You can drop it from 1 meter and it won't break. It's water resistant. And the reason why it's called a PC tablet is you can actually turn the screen and it actually turns into a tablet. And we all know how fascinated our young ones are about technology. So when you give them something like this, they're having fun and they're learning at the same time. And of course, this comes with the maths lab content and the science lab content. So we're not in the space of just selling tablets, but obviously it's a whole package that comes with it, the actual content that comes within the PC.
So kids don't take them home?
Well, it depends on the structure of the school. Currently in the Free State, they've got a store. I mean, one of the issues, obviously, like I've already said, that it was break-ins. So this comes in a lockable safety case where you put these tablets in, and as you put them in, it's a storage that can actually charge them overnight. All you need is a power point, and you can charge all the tablets that the kids can use and put it in a safety store. And when the kids come into the classroom, then you just take them out and obviously put them in give it to the child. But obviously, the concept here is to make sure that each child has a tablet and each child can take a tablet home and be able to do their homeworks at home. And that way it won't be a drag to do a homework because you're having fun while you're actually learning on the tablet.
You've been piloting it in the Free State. What are the results?
Well, currently not with the actual tablet, but with the PCs that we've done. But I think the crust here is the content that is within the PCs that are in the Free State. We all know that currently Free State has done well in terms of the matric results. Obviously, they've moved from position 3 up until position 1 currently. However, in terms of the impact that we've made is basically create the interest with, especially when it comes to the matrics, where we deployed our solution in high schools, where we've actually done math, science labs, where there are technology in the science labs. And you know that when you do an experiment and you actually see the actual observation of the experiment, when you go write an exam, you're likely to remember that as opposed to just reading off a book. So the results, more than anything, besides whatever that's published out there, is the actual interest that the children now have in the space of maths and science.
Is it just public schools?
Currently, we've done it in the public schools, but it's not restricted to just public schools. Private schools that obviously don't have maths labs or even science labs that obviously are interested, obviously this is open to it's an open market, really.
Well, I'm thinking really about more private individuals who you might find that homeschooling their kids.
Yeah, definitely. We actually, my team just came back from China to actually go and research more about other gadgets that we can use, because what we're finding more and more is a need, is a parent that says, my child is struggling in maths and science, but they're not in Free State. What can they do? So as Edu Summit, as I've said, we've got a research and development center. So we're in the process of developing that, where you can have the tablet and obviously the content within the tablet, and you can take it home for your child to actually do their homework in.
Well, Koliswa Kova, Executive Manager at Edu Summit, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and now let's take a quick break. We're on SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter.
What time is it? It's question time.
Where are these 144,000 people? Are they only in the Jehovah's Witnesses?
To be honest, that is a question that God only can answer.
But you are more than 144,000, which means the rest are not going to the kingdom.
They are going to live on the earth.
That's Question Time with me, Mpho Tsedu, Monday to Saturday, 5:30 p.m. on SABC News.
Your World provides trusted world, continent, and local stories. We deliver breaking news from across the globe and information on the latest top stories on business, technology, politics, and sport. Analysis of the big global business and economic issues as they affect consumers and investors. Make sure you don't miss Your World, weekdays between 11 and 12 midnight. We keep the nation fully informed.
Hello and welcome back. And now 2 South African tech companies are gearing up to enter the highly competitive smartphone and tablet market. Siamahale Telecoms and CZ Electronics have begun production of the devices that are bound to hit the store soon. To tell us more is CEO of Siamahale Telecoms, Dr. Thabo Lehlokwe. Hello and welcome, sir.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm all right. Now, what decided to make you get into this competitive market?
Well, a couple of things. I mean, firstly, it was very important to understand that in Africa, there's been hundreds of millions of phones that people are using to access the internet and for telephony, none of which are actually made here. And for us, it just didn't seem right. I mean, why are we always consumers and not create some of these things that we ourselves can be able to do that? And I think from that perspective, you know, and of course with the high prices of devices that are out there, for us it was a matter of saying, how are we going to be able to then make sure that our people have access to the internet, are able to use these devices, and these devices are actually affordable. Because, you know, it's one thing to be able to say virtually most 60-70% of people access the internet using their telephones, but most of those people, actually, they can't even do that because these devices are expensive. So what we are saying now is that we are going to provide people across the continent and possibly in the emerging market with devices that enables them to go in and not just, you know, watch Facebook and those kind of things, but actually be able to browse the internet, to be able to download documents, to be able to read them. You know, so it is those type of things that for us it was very key, because internet is access to knowledge, you know, and at this point the key concern from us is we want to bridge the digital divide.
Okay, you talking about people in Africa being able to read documents on their phones, but somebody else might say, well, but these phones from America, phones from South Korea, they're available in Africa too. What makes this one better than those, or what makes it unique for Africans?
Look, for us, you know, it's not about other phones from elsewhere that's being available. It's about us doing some things for ourselves. It's about creating jobs here in our continent, in Africa. I mean, if we look at these devices, when we are going to manufacture them here, right here in Boksburg, you probably never thought of that. We're going to create, and in that factory, we will be creating jobs. And these are not small numbers of jobs. We have calculated that if we manufacture at least 5,000 devices a month, we are most likely going to be able to create between 50 and 100 jobs. Now, if you take a company like Foxconn in China, which employs over 100,000 people, now if we can create a fraction of that, those are people that, you know, right now don't have jobs. In this country, one of our biggest problems is job creation. And what we are saying is that here we've got an opportunity to be able to do just that. It's not just jobs, it's about youth and women. And those are the kind of people that you actually are most likely going to be creating jobs for here.
All right, so I'm looking at 9,000 Rand for a top-of-the-range smartphone. What am I looking at here?
This smartphone device of ours go to market in the hands of the user, VAT included. It will be about 2,500.
2,500 Rand.
Yeah.
And does it do everything? Does it have all the applications that I'm going to get on the other phones?
Absolutely.
And there's also something about battery life when it comes to phones, because batteries die quite quickly. So how's your phone faring there?
Well, in fact, you know, I love this phone because, you know, I charge it like once every 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, and I know a lot of people with some of the overseas phones that have to charge their phones every now and again, because before you know it, the battery life is done. I mean, I charged this phone on Friday night, and I still have battery life still left today.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining us, CEO of Siamahale Telecoms, Dr. Thabo de Tlokwe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now let's find out what's happening in social media. Kenyan actress Lupita Nyong'o has been getting a lot of awards for her role in 12 Years a Slave. Nyong'o has also become some kind of fashion icon, as critics have loved her dress choices for red carpet events. She is one of 2 favorites for the Best Supporting Actress Academy Award. South Africans have been using social media to share outrage over a Sunday newspaper story that says 1.2 million Rand was paid for a spy satellite. The article says no one knows where that satellite is now. The story says it was built in Russia. People in Kenya have been using the country code and the word selfies to share photographs other Kenyans have been taking of themselves. The 254 selfies hashtag is popular on Twitter. There are all kinds of pictures one can see under that hashtag. And boxer Floyd Mayweather says he has enjoyed his time in South Africa. Mayweather has been the sports minister Fikile Mbalula's guest. Many have shared their excitement over his visit. Thank you very much for being a part of our network. Find us on SABC Network on Facebook and Twitter. It's newsnetwork at sabc.co.za on email. The internet is a busy place. We leave you with a video from the crack.com YouTube page. They personify certain websites, blogs and social networks. From me and the rest of the team, have a good one.
Welcome to internet. Porn or regular? It's my first day. I'm going to make big bucks working on the internet. Great. I like that. Come on, I'll introduce you around. I know literally everyone.
Wow. Is it someone's birthday?
Oh, no. It's always like this.
Really? How do you guys get any work done?
That's funny. Like. Oh, but seriously? Here's a picture of a cat. Oh, and by looking at this picture of a cat, you give me access to all of your contact information and permission to send push notifications to you, your timeline, and your friends' timelines. I hope that's all right.
Hey, Facebook, your new bandana sucks.
Don't care. Get used to it. Hey, guys, you want to meet the new user? Hey, Google, this is the new user. Hey, newbie, this is Google. If you need to find anything, just ask him.
Oh, actually, I was wondering if...
Or I could show you around, huh? Introduce you to a few folks?
Oh, no, thank you. Facebook's got me covered.
I could show you some vacation slides. You know? Pop a DVD in. No? All right. I'm the mailboy, too. Really? Anything. Autonomous cars. Seriously, self-driving cars.
I'm fine.
Okay, fine. What do you want me to search for?
Okay, yeah, I was wondering...
IKEA.
No, I was wondering
Is time travel possible?
No, I was wondering
Is there life after death?
Is there somebody else I can ask?
I don't blame you. Hey, Bing!
Hey, yeah, what do you want to know? I'll help you. Just ask, buddy. Thanks.
I was wondering, how does this actually make me money? So far, it seems like all I've done is waste a lot of work time.
Great question, buddy. You got it.
He means well.
We've searched long and hard to get a positive voice on e-tolling in South Africa. You are the man on the spot this morning, Doctor.
This is a classic example of
people not being able to see the wood for the trees, because we should concentrate on the roads and think about what it was before these roads were improved.
I want to ask you, though, about the profitability of e-tolling and the fact that so much of the profits will be going to Austria. What is your opinion on this?
This is a pretty rubbish argument. Get the emotions out of the way and just appreciate the fact that we've got these first-class roads, and if we want better roads in future, in Cape Town, in Durban, wherever, in Pretoria, we're going to have to pay for it, and this is the most efficient way to pay for it.
I think I'm going to ask the Minister of Transport to take you on a roadshow, sir.
Watch Newsroom with me, Ibn Janssen, weekdays at 9 a.m. Central African Time, only on SABC News.